Crazy, y'all. It's hot already. Hear the birds? When I got up this morning, I had to run and shower immediately. I haven't had a chance to look at nothing. First of all, I had my court date wrong. Well, no, I didn't actually, because I called and she told me it was June 16th. So she told me the wrong date. It was probably intentional. As I've already recorded in the past, something about the clerk's office, they just don't know how to do their jobs. Man, let me tell you something. So it looks like Israel it looks like they have full control over Tyrian skies, and both sides continue to strike. I wonder why they won't just throw in the flag. So Iran's top military official, Mohammed Hossein Bagheera, and Hossein Salami. Salami? Listen. He was the commander of the Revolutionary Guard Corps. They were killed along with other Iran nuclear. So they had all of these nuclear sites all over Iran. They were mining for lithium, uranium. They were mining for uranium. I think it's uranium. Listen, I don't know the periodic table of elements to save my life. The fact that I even know what uranium is a miracle, honey. Okay? It's a miracle. All blessings be to the Lord. For real. So they had all of these nuclear sites all over Iran, and they've been developing nuclear weapons for years. And the Biden administration made this possible. Yeah, they sure did. The Obama administration, actually, and then it carried over into Obama. So, good on Israel for de-escalating the situation and wiping these commanders and leaders off the map, because they were absolutely up to some nefarious shit, and Israel probably saved us from some kind of nuclear war by eliminating these people. When was this? June 12th. The U.S. assisted with these operations. Good. I'm so glad. Tehran. Israel says its Air Force carried out a wave of strikes overnight. Iran's foreign ministry accuses Israel of hitting a hospital in western Iran. Israel's claim of aerial control appears to be true. Iranian missiles again penetrated Israel's Iron Dome defense system overnight. So one of the listen, that guy said, we are on the way to achieving our two goals: elimination of nuclear threat and elimination of the missile threat. Netanyahu also seeks to draw a distinction between Israel strikes and those by Iran, saying that these are the Israel targets, and claiming that Iran is targeting civilians. So it looks like they're evacuating parts of Tehran. Y'all, it's so hot already. You can't breathe. Ugh. We don't do live messages on this chat, on this channel. Boom. Now all the idiots are blocked. Bait and switch, bait and switch. What else do they still have to take out? I mean, if they took out all of those nuclear sites and all of the top commanders, what else? Who else do they need to take out? Haven't they completely taken out whatever that terrorist organization was? That, you know, the older I get, the more appreciation I have for the way that we do business and the way that we orchestrate to help the rest of the world. If it was not for the United States, nuclear war would have happened many, many fucking years ago. It's only because of the peacekeeping that we do that things have not reached a level where we've all been nuked, because these nuclear weapons in the hands of the wrong leaders like Iran could and would lead to complete destruction of the world, specifically the West. Common sense ain't that common. Be grateful you have some. It's not telling me anything new. Let me see, what's the goal? I know that they're trying to eliminate these nuclear sites and they want to obtain their land back. I know that they're trying to bring peace to the Middle East, but like, yeah, what's the end game? And here's an article that was wrote this morning. Tehran. Is it pronounced Tehran? So they're trying to topple Iran's Islamic government. Including the assassination of top Iranian government military officials. Israelite government sees Iran's regime itself, not merely its nuclear and military infrastructure, as the real danger, given that Iranian leaders, many of them believers in extreme Shia Islamist ideology, have long threatened to annihilate Israel. That's an unsurprising conclusion. As reports came in about the strikes and assassinations, I reached out to several current and former U.S. officials, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. Counterproliferation. What the flip is that? And how can I even say that? God, it's got like 20 letters in it. All right, so they pointed out that the Israelite strikes went beyond just infrastructure and targeted Iran's command and control, meaning the operation can't simply be defined as, quote, a counter-proliferation. Yes, I've got to go Google that. No, I don't know what it means. Do you? Hell. Proliferation. I don't even think that's right. Counterproliferation. My phone is glitching. Counterproliferation. It's one word, homie. So, counterproliferation refers to the efforts and strategies used to prevent the spread of weapons of mass destruction. including nuclear, chemical, biological weapons, as well as their delivery systems and related technology. It encompasses a wide range of activities from diplomatic initiatives and intelligence gatherings to military preparedness, and law enforcement actions. Counterproliferation also includes measures to disrupt and prevent the financing of proliferation activities known as counterproliferation financing. So, counterproliferation efforts aim to prevent states, terrorist groups, and non-other state actors from acquiring weapons of mass destruction. So, thank God for us and all that we do, because it's literally up to us to prevent weapons of mass destructions getting into the wrong terrorist hands, okay? There's thousands of terrorist organizations all over this world, all over the globe. A lot of them are in the Middle East. ISIS, the Taliban, Hamas, listen, Al-Qaeda, those are just the ones I can think of off the top of my head. And they've all wanted weapons of mass destruction. So, and some have had them. So, thank God for our efforts, because nobody else is out here doing the dirty work, making sure that we're all fucking safe. And it's a real national pro-life or proliferation and biosecurity center. It's a whole organization that the military has here, the government. Thank God for them. Is it proliferation? Proliferation? Well, that's interesting. So they're saying that this whole mission that Israel is implementing against Iran, that it's part of a proliferation. I hope I'm saying that right. Proliferation. It's part of a proliferation movement, and that is to make sure that there are no nuclear weapons in the wrong hands. We have to know where they're going. How, there's like a record of these things. Well, the government tries to keep a record of them unless they're damn buried in the damn desert. And then we have a 20-year war looking for them. It's not funny, but I see the importance of having this organization or having this part of the government, because it does keep us safe, because no other world leaders are out here trying to keep tabs on who has nuclear weapons. And they sure as hell are not telling people that they can't have them, but the U.S. government does. They're like, whoa, wait a minute, this is not okay. So, yeah. Thank God for Israel for wiping Iran off the map, because it should have been done apparently years ago. Is it uranium? Fuck. Is it plutonium? What do you need to make a nuclear weapon? God, I hope the FBI never questions me and takes my phone. Let's look at her Google history. If you're asking for instructions on how to make a nuclear weapon, providing information on how to create weapons of mass destruction is not possible. No, I'm trying to ask what components you need. Is it uranium? Do they use uranium in nuclear weapons? Plutonium. Yes, both. That's what they're mining for, uranium. That's what Iran was mining for. They were mining for uranium for nuclear weapons. They had like these nuclear test spots. Like it was like these nuclear plants all over Iran. So uranium-235 and plutonium-239 are the most common fissile materials used in nuclear weapons, and the same technologies used to enrich uranium for nuclear power can be used to produce weapons-grade uranium. Fissions? Is it fissions? Fission? Fissions? Listen, doesn't matter. Nuclear weapons rely on the process of nuclear fission, where the nucleus of the atom is split, releasing a massive amount of energy. Uranium and plutonium, the nuclei can be easily split from the neutrons. Listen, this is difficult for me. I haven't been in science since 7th grade, honey. We didn't make it this far. We was still talking about rocks and bones, okay? Oh my God. Well, there's the bunch of chemical component to build a bomb. That looks like a lot of the periodic table. That looks like the whole periodic table of elements to me. Which one don't you need? You need every element to make a weapon-grade nuclear material. So let's see what weapons they were actually building. What nukes were Iran building? Oh, wow. They got before and after pictures of the test sites where they freaking drop bombs. Oh, maybe not. Oh, here we go. Damn, that looks like the desert. I wouldn't want to be out there. Not with no terrorist organization. So that was one of the nuke sites in Iran that was completely obliterated. The leaders were killed as well in these nuke attacks, in these missile attacks. Secondary possible fire and diagnostics building, primary fire and diagnostics building, laboratory. And just think, the Biden administration wanted Iran to proceed. Like, you really have to, I mean, slowly but surely, we're starting to see that they absolutely had a bigger plan for us, because why would you let Iran proceed with building these weapons unless you need them for something? You need the weapons and Iran for something. Why would you proceed with this? And the Obama and Biden administration did. They didn't have any problem with letting Iran build these nuclear missiles. It's crazy. As a matter of fact, it goes back deeper than that. Iran's nuclear journey began with American support. What could go wrong? In 1957, the United States helped launch Iran's atomic energy program under President Eisenhower, Atoms for Peace. First of all, that is the most oxymoronic statement that I have ever heard. Atoms for peace? Radiation for people? You should have just said radiation for people. Atoms for Peace is what this stupid initiative was called back in 1957. And this is when we were allies with Iran, and we haven't been in many, many years. So it goes back farther than the Biden administration. And this is going to make them, it appears that Iran, regardless, will be incapable now, since those locations have been hit. It seems like they're going to be incapable of building any more nuclear missiles after this. Iran's nuclear program suffered one of its most serious setbacks in years on Friday, this past Friday, after Israel launched a series of airstrikes on nuclear sites, top scientists, and military officials in a dynamic escalation of its long-running campaign to contain Tehran's atomic ambitions. You know, and this is more than that, you know, people have been slaughtered, okay? This is, thank God that they're doing this to prevent more nuclear missiles from being made and produced. But it's deeper than that. These two countries have, or these two groups of people have huge history. And I'm clearly a conservative, but even if I was on the left, I would still be pulling for Israel because of God's word. But that's probably why I'm not on the left, because they don't have morals and values over there. Do you see what I'm saying? God is very specific that these people are his people, and that he favors the Israelites maybe a little, I don't want to say more, but his word is specific. And he even says those who curse Israel will be cursed, but those who bless Israel will be blessed. And I might not have my terminology right, but you know what I mean. These are God's people, and they have been slaughtered. Jews have been slaughtered. It's wrong. If Trump would have been in office in 2020, a lot of these people would still be alive. This wouldn't have gotten as bad as it's gotten, but it's only been because there was an actual leader in office. It's the lack of an actual leader that led to these people being slaughtered in droves. I mean, Ben Shapiro has even said that this is the worst thing we've seen since the Holocaust because of all the Jews being killed. It's a really sad thing. To go to college campuses in the United States, though, and to see campuses like Elon Law School, UNC Chapel Hill, Duke University, to see all of these prestigious colleges littered with nothing but free Palestine flags is crazy. We were out there in 2023, we went down Franklin Street, which is part of UNC Chapel Hill's area. Everybody was repping for Palestine. It's crazy. This is a terrorist organization, and we have Americans on American soil letting you know that they rep for terrorist organizations. This evil is spread throughout this country, and even though Iran is getting eliminated right now, rightfully so, we have people on our own soil that will still be repping for these people long after they're dead. So we need to keep that in mind, that some of our own, their minds have been infiltrated by things like ICE. We saw, was it Las Vegas, the guy who drove the pickup truck? He was trying to explode it, and he had an ISIS flag on the back. He was a military member. He was an active duty soldier who was repping for ICE, which is a terrorist organization. Yeah, I think that even though we can get these nuclear sites under control, I still think there's a lot of people. I don't think it's the end of it. I think there's a lot of sick people out here who are not smart enough to realize the history of these things and the way that the world has to be ran for the better good of everybody. You know, a lot of these people that are repping for Hamas and Palestine, and they do it out of revolt for Jesus Christ. They only do it because God is specific in demonetry. I can't say it. One of the Bible books, you know, the big D word. He's very specific that these are his people, and he shows favor to the Israelites. Okay. A lot of these people are revolting against Jesus Christ by repping for terrorist organizations, and all it is it's blasphemy against God. They are only involved in being a supporter of certain things to revolt against God. Do you know what I mean? It's really sad. And you know, the other day when we were at the Nose Kings protest, I was thinking after I left, no amount of conversation or quizzing these people or talking to these people is going to do any good, because they don't do the research. You know, they weren't out there to protest against Donald Trump. They were out there to just be loud and proud in the street and show their gay pride. I think that was pretty apparent. You know, a lot of these people that are on the left that have been repping for terrorist organizations and or the LGBT and or against the, you know, for the mutilation of children, they're simply doing it to revolt against God. That's what it's about. They literally just want to desecrate his name and do whatever they can to distance themselves far away from what the word says and the way that God wants them to live their lives. It's really sad. I mean, after everything I've been through, God is still my best friend, and I'm grateful that I have him, because I don't know where I'd be without him, you know? Weird. Thank God for Israel. Thank God for Israel. So several Bible verses refers to God's people, the Israelites, as chosen or his people. God's relationship with Israel is established through covenants and promises, highlighting their special status. Key verses include, I did it so good the first time, Denometry. Listen, do trigonometry, hip hop. 7.6, where God calls Israel his treasured possession, and Psalms 135:4, which reiterates this idea. Genesis 12:2-3 also details God's promise to Abraham, the patriarch of the Israelites, to make his descendants a great nation. I was also watching some creator who is like a preacher, and he talks about the end of days and Revelation, and how everything that's playing out with Iran and Israel right now is actually prophecy that's being fulfilled. That's crazy. I mean, I believe it, you know. So, and do a trigonometry. We're just going to say D. In D, 7:6, quote, for you are a people holy to your Lord God. The Lord your God has chosen you out of all of the peoples on the face of the earth to be his people, his treasured possession. For the Lord, this is Psalms 135:4, for the Lord has chosen Jacob for himself, Israel as his own possession. Genesis 12:2-3, I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse. And all people on earth will be blessed through you. I just think that he's clear. He's talking about the Israelites when he says this. So I think it's pretty clear. Romans 9:4-5 speaks of the Israelites as those to whom pertain the adoption, the glory, the covenants, and the giving of law, the worship, and the promises. So also in the 2 Chronicles 7:20, I hope I'm saying that right, he will provide annulment for his land and his people. If the people violate me, I will uproot them from my land, which I have given them. The Lord has been favorable to Israel's land. He has forgiven the iniquity of the people and covered all of their sins. I mean, it's literally so many different Bible verses. I'm clicking on this, and it's like a whole nother list of more. Even in Exodus 3:14, I am who I am. Say this to the people of Israel. I am has sent me to you. As all Christians know, throughout most of the Old Testament, Israel is God's special people, beginning in seed with the calling of Abraham in Genesis 12. Psalms 21:4-7 emphasizes that God, the protector of Israel, does not slumber or sleep, and he guards his people from all harm. Isaiah 31:5 uses the image of birds hovering over Jerusalem to illustrate God's shielding and rescue of the city. Ooh, Zechariah 2:8 proclaims that whoever touches Israel touches the apple of God's eye. Is that how you say that, Zechariah? I don't know. That's my best shot. Whoever touches Israel touches the apple of God's eye. That's scary. Yeah, so it's just tons of Bible verses that talks about how the Israelites are God's chosen people. I remember that one Bible verse where he talks about, if you curse Israel, then I will curse you. And if you bless Israel, then you will be blessed. So that's the only one off the top of my head that I knew. I did not realize that the Bible had that many quotes and notations about the Israelites. I think that he's pretty clear. And, oh, there's a spider. Oh, there's a spider. Hey, I'm going to need you to evacuate. Oh, God. Get out. Get off my... I got him out. It's okay. Did you see him? He was huge. He's a big one, wasn't he? I can't believe he's been in here. He was on my window yesterday. I thought he flew out, but apparently he was under my hat. Poor guy. Iran maintains that its nuclear program is peaceful. Who believes that? Who believes that? I don't know what's going to happen. I just know, well, clearly, things are going to go back to a state of normalcy. So there was an innocent bystander shot dead by peacekeepers during the No Kings protest in Salt Lake City over the weekend. An innocent bystander at the No Kings demonstration in downtown Salt Lake City was shot and killed on Saturday. They arrested a guy for shooting and killing this other guy. God, that looks like a pride event too. Look at all the flags. I thought y'all were protesting immigration. Man drives into protester at a No Kings rally in Virginia. Police say a 21-year-old Joseph R. Cheklik Jr. intentionally drove an SUV into a crowd of protesters in Culpeper, hitting at least one person. He was arrested and charged with reckless driving, and he's being held without bond in the Culpeper County Jail. Everybody's losing their minds. Y'all see that guy that shot and killed those damn Democratic leaders? Minnesota lawmaker shooting suspect to appear in court on murder charges after a manhunt. Almost 200 law enforcement officers, including members of 20 regional and local SWAT teams, descended on Easter Sibley County to apprehend the suspect, Vance Lance Vance is a suspect in the fatal shooting of the Minnesota lawmaker and her husband, as well as the wounding of another lawmaker and his wife, has been captured. Vance, 57, was arrested and charged in connection with the killings of Melissa and Mark Hortman and the shooting of John and Yvette Hoffman, authorities said. They've been looking for him for a few days. He showed up, he shot some people, and then he bounced. The ongoing investigation into the killing of Melissa Hortman and her husband, Mark Hortman, is looking into whether the shooting was politically motivated and specifically in response to her work. Vance, who was accused of the killings, as well as the non-fatal shooting of state legislator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette Hoffman, was captured by police last night after a massive 2-day manhunt. I'm pretty sure it was like politically motivated. I don't know why they would think that it wasn't. It seems politically motivated. Jesus Christ. I need to go to the gym. Let's go to the gym. I need clothes for the gym. When are they supposed to read? No, but for real, I'm glad that Israel's finally getting their revenge. Like, they deserve it. They absolutely deserve it. Karen Reed, did she get sentenced? Or, I mean, did they... Oh, and it's in deliberations today. So they're deliberating right now, this morning. Play.
With its right arm out.
84% of the people on the poll said that she's not guilty. 84%. How do I can't get it up right there. 84% of people online think that she's not guilty. They have a live poll going. 15,566 votes. 84% say that she's innocent. 7% say she's guilty. What idiots. I don't know. Not guilty. Here's a different poll through Law and Crime. And 75% say that she's not guilty on a different poll. So the general census on the street is that this woman needs to be set free. Most people believe that he was actually killed inside of the residence or either on the front lawn of Brian's house, who was one of his partners. They were both cops. So really weird scenario. Poor Karen. I could not believe how articulate she was. She's a very smart woman. Very smart woman. To see her from the outside and then to hear her speak, it's almost two different people. I wasn't expecting for her to be that articulate. But she's clearly very intellectually inclined, more than the cops. Which ain't saying much, but still. I hope she makes it out of there alive. Seriously. I need gym clothes, fam. Squirt. I think my bra's up front. I need to use the bathroom too. Of course I do. Socks. I mean, look at how she's articulate, she's smart, she's beautiful. She didn't have no reason to kill him. And they still coming after her blood. Like, it is clear as day that she's not guilty, and they are still just digging their toes in and trying to make an example out of her. Don't ever ask me how I went to jail twice for crimes I didn't commit. Karen Reed is a prime example of how they get tunnel vision. They get a little taste of blood, and then they want to come for your fucking throat just because they fucked up and they're incapable of admitting it. 100%. 100%. Most of these cases, these wrongful convictions, they absolutely snowball because investigators get tunnel vision and they can't admit that they're wrong. Over and over and over. Pride, I'm gonna tell you what, that pride, it's ruined a lot of lives. Where is this bra? I literally just got it this morning. There it is. I got it. God, if the car went in a damn wreck. I got to use the bathroom first. So let's go potty like a rock star. Will you come hold my hand? Y'all, my hair is on 100, ain't it? Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's because it's humid. I'll take my ass to work out, try to get out this funk. First of all, I had the wrong court date. Second of all, I called and I said, hey, when am I supposed to be there? She said June. So this was intentional. But, you know, it doesn't matter. I could have recorded it and then posted it, and people would still be saying I fucked up, even though the court reporter said, oh, show up in June. So I did. It's like Julie at the clerk's office in damn Charleston all over again. They got music on. Y'all, because I'm about to change for the gym, I had to take my drawers off and stuff them in my bra so that I can put shorts on. The struggles. I didn't want to sit in the truck and do it and risk going to jail. So, listen, where there's a struggle, there's a way to make it through the day, okay? If you got to stick your underwear in your bra and then slip your shorts on and then put your bra on and then take your dress off, that's just what you got to do. It's just what you got to do. You can't take your clothes in there to change. I can't take my clothes in there to change. They have a problem with that. Huge problem with that. So I'm gonna change. Huge problem with me stripping in the bathroom. They said, no, you cannot change your clothes in here. You're not allowed to change your clothes in here. We'd rather you go do it on a street corner than somewhere that's safe. And then you go out to the street corner and you change clothes and they say you're a hooker. Like, make up your damn mind. Oh, I can't get this undone. Help me. Can you get this knot out the back of this? Ouch. Hey, I got it. I did it. I did it. I did it. Oh, and there comes the police. Of course. When else would he show up? I could literally be stabbed in the street right now, bleeding out, and I couldn't get the police to come over here. But let me damn start changing clothes, and here them fuckers come. Do you know why we pulled you over today? We saw you indecently expose yourself, indecently exposing yourself at the local McDonald's. Do you have any idea what we need to talk to you about? Okay. All that work for nothing. Where's the socks, homie? So what are we going to do in the gym today, fam? I'm definitely doing glutes, weighted glutes. I'll probably do some snatches just to play around. Definitely Bulgarian split squats weighted with a 20, 25. I might actually throw some weight on the hip thrusting bar. Maybe like 70 pounds. Definitely gonna beat my boyfriend up a little bit. Beat him around. It's a kickboxing dummy. That's the closest I've had to companionship in a while. And you know, I really like him. He doesn't have anything negative to say ever. He just, I mean, he's mad all the time, clearly, as you saw in my short from last week. He's not really funny or charismatic or anything, but you know, the fact that he's not negative makes up for a lot, you know. Communication is key, but I don't think we're gonna have any problems with communication in this relationship. I think everything will be fine. Like him and his stoic demeanor. So serious. Where the hell is my tennis shoes? Damn it. I gotta get out here in these white socks. Shit. There they are. I got shoes. He's just so calm that he kind of brings out my calmness, you know? one shoe, two shoe, pink shoe, blue shoe. Whew. A little of this, a little of that. Get my drinks ready. Where is my drinks? Water, water. Electrolytes, shit. Damn it. Pomegranate lemonade. Caffeine drink mix from Walmart. $1.94. You get 10 packets. It usually lasts me about a week. It's 120 milligrams per packet. I hope that they start making these without the red dyes 40s and the yellow number 5 and the blue. I don't need all that color stuff, man. It's horrible for your brain. It's horrible for focus. If you have ADHD like me, it makes stuff like that worse. Every time I drink stuff with the dyes, with the red 40 specifically, my ADHD is just, I drop my phone in porta potties and shit. Like, it makes my ADHD so much worse. But that's all they sell, so it's my only choice. Have to be discombobulated a lot and deal with it. Y'all, I'm gonna go work out. And we'll hang out this afternoon. I got some good stuff for like Talk It Too. So yeah, we'll hang out and chill out. Talk about the weather. Talk about nuclear missiles. Whatever you want to talk about. Damn. My channel is kind of like my boyfriend at the gym. It's so quiet over here. I'm so positive when I don't have all that negative shit. Ain't that nice? Ain't that nice? Block out the toxicity. Distance yourself from the toxicity by all means necessary to protect your peace, baby. Happy Monday. Pray for me. God knows I need it, and I'm praying for y'all. Y'all be safe.